everybody, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and welcome to my channel. And today I'm going to bring you a relatively quick video, I hope, on a technique that I learned by watching YouTube videos. Was something that I had never thought of before, and I thought it was pretty cool, so I thought I'd share it with you all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this napkin. I've already taken the bottom two layers off of it, and I am going to Mod Podge this sign. I've already done one, and it's this family sign. It came out super pretty, and I used one of my beautiful butterflies here. I got just 2 packages of this color of these butterflies, and I'm thinking I might go back because they have them in this, they had them in this opal color, but again, they only had 2 packages. I put a couple in my shop, and that's all I've got, other than the ones that I saved for myself to use on a couple of projects. Mainly it was, I was planning on using them on these signs, but I don't know if I'll use them on each one or if I'll do them each kind of differently. But anyway, I'm going to be decoupaging this home sign the same way that I did this one, and it's super quick, super easy, and hopefully this one will go as smoothly as the first one did. And I just thought it was pretty cool. So the one thing that you're going to need is you're going to need your Mod Podge, and you can get the small containers of this Mod Podge at Dollar Tree for $1.25, which is a good deal. I'll be using some triple thick because I'm going to add some diamond dust to the top of this. And this is my my little jar of glitter glass. I put it in a different container because this one had a shaker top, so I thought that would be great for my glass glitter. It would make it easier to do it. So I'm going to be using some of this on this today. I have my little handy dandy little lighter here that I'm going to be using. Yes, we're going to be torching this. So this is something you don't want to do. You want to do it in a safe place, and you want to be confident that you're not going to cause a fire. But I felt confident in myself being able to do this, so I decided to go ahead and try it, and it worked really great, and I was really excited because Mod Podging something like this with all these innards and everything is not so easy unless you take it and you just tear little pieces off at a time, which is fine. If you want a much sharper piece, you might want to go ahead and do it the old-fashioned way. But I just thought this was really cool, and it creates kind of a vintagey look around the edges of the piece. So I thought it was a cool thing, so I'm going to do it for you guys today in case it's something that you might be interested in trying. Let me grab my brush here. You're going to need your brush for the Mod Podge. And we're just going to go ahead and get right to it, you guys. So let me just kind of move things a little bit out of the way here. And I'm just going to generously cover the top of this with the Mod Podge. Also, the one thing that I encourage you to use when you're doing decoupage or Mod Podging, whatever, is to have yourself a piece of cellophane close by to use once you get your napkin on the top. It helps you to remove the wrinkles. And for me, it's been a lifesaver. It was something I didn't realize that it was a thing, and people had told me, but I thought, oh gosh, I wouldn't even know what to do with it. And I finally had seen a video where someone had done it, and I thought, okay, that's okay, I'll give it a shot. But I was still afraid that the cellophane, once I pulled it off, was going to pull off my images, and so I was afraid to do it, but I finally took the chance and went for it, and it really worked well. So I'm just kind of getting some of the drippings out of here. I dripped in a couple of places, and I just don't want to leave those there. So anyway, all I'm going to do is I'm going to place my napkin over the top, and I'm going to try and smooth it out a little bit with my fingers here. And I just thought this was the coolest thing because it worked so well for me. And I just thought, wow, this was a time saver. And I really like the way the family sign came out. So I decided that this was a video I needed to do for you guys. Okay, so I've got my piece of cellophane here. I'm just going to lay it over the top. And I'm just going to take my fingers and gently go over the whole thing. And don't worry about tearing the napkin, because this is the reason that you use the cellophane, is so that you don't tear the napkin. So I'm just smoothing it out, getting all the wrinkles out. And there's no rips taking place or tears or anything in this. It's just really gently smoothing the napkin and allowing me to get those wrinkles out of it. And this just kind of gets all those air bubbles out and just makes it look a little bit nicer. Okay, so I'm just going to take my cellophane and gently remove it. And there we have just the home sign here. And you can kind of see through that. And then I'm going to take my scissors here and I'm just going to kind of clip off a lot of the excess that's around the edges here. I don't have to do it perfectly. I just want to get it as close as I can, just to take off extra paper that's not necessary to be there. Less to burn. And I love these signs. They're super fun to work with and they're really actually quite nice. They're thick and they hang, they're nice and heavy, so they hang nicely. So I was really thrilled when I found these little signs to work with. And so that's what I've done. I've just kind of cut it out around it. And next, all I'm going to do is I'm going to carefully hold this at the bottom. And I'm going to take my little torch and I'm just going to light it just like that. And you can see it's just going through the motions and burning this right up to the edge. And then it stops burning once it gets to the edge. Isn't that cool? I feel a little bit like a pyro doing this, but it just goes out once it gets to that Mod Podge where it's wet. The fire just goes out automatically. And then you kind of have that little bit of a burnt edge around the entire project. And see how that just moves around? Isn't that cool? I just thought this was the coolest thing when I saw it, and I thought, oh, that can't be true. It can't be that easy, and it is just that easy, you guys. I'm just going to kind of go into these little corner areas where maybe it didn't quite go all the way up to it. Like this spot right here, I'm just going to kind of turn it sideways and try and get that. But if you do that for too long, you'll end up getting burn marks on your main part. So don't do that for too long. You can always go, I'm going to put it inside this part here and just see if I can get it to burn that. I'm just going to turn this kind of sideways here. Ugh, my thing isn't wanting to light now. Okay. Come on. Catch. Well, it doesn't seem to want to burn inside that hole. There, I got that one to work. Maybe it's the way I'm holding it. Okay, maybe if I go this way. There we go. Turned it upside down. Yay! I did it. Now I gotta do this little tiny one. Hopefully I can catch that. I got it. And then we'll do these couple of other little spots here. And then what you can do once you get to this point, if you have still have some areas that didn't burn real well, you can just take your razor blade and go along the edges and go kind of on the inside of those sections and cut it a little bit and you'll be good. And see here, I got a little bit of the char on this O for the home. I think I can wipe that off at some point, you know. Well, actually I'm going to see if I can do that right now. Let me grab a paper towel and dampen it a little bit. The only thing is doing this right now with the Mod Podge still being a little wet could be risky. Otherwise, I can just leave it like this and just kind of go with the effect. And in fact, you know what? I think that's what I'm going to do because it actually looks pretty cool. I kind of like it. I've got that in a couple of spots here. And I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is, because I think I actually like it. I like it a lot. So I'm just going around. And if you wanted to, you know, if you want to make sure you don't get any of those char marks, you could always leave these other little spots where the holes are smaller and harder to get to, and just poke those out, you know, with the end of a paintbrush or something, and get them off that way, or just Mod Podge them down inside. So I'm just taking and wiping along the whole outside here, just to make sure that I get off any of that char that's left on there so that I don't make a mess with it. But again, I'm getting that sort of almost more shabby vintage effect with that char on there, and I really kind of like that. I'm into like vintagey looking stuff, so I really enjoy that look. So again, if you're looking for an ultra clean look, this may not be the way you want to go, but if you're looking to try and get a more vintagey looking piece, I think this is absolutely the way to go with it. I love it. And there we have it. Isn't that super cool? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it and I'm going to put some triple thick all over the top here. Get that opened up here. And let me wash my brush real quick. Okay. So I'm going to take my triple thick and I'm going to go around the whole top of it with this brush and put a nice thick coat of it, Be very generous with the triple thick on this. Just try not to get it to drip over the edges. And if you do it right, you can push it right up to the edges and it won't go overboard. Just be a little bit careful about how you do it. You can do this with your fingers, or you can do it with a brush or with a popsicle stick, or whatever you prefer to use. And then also with the triple thick, I do find that when I use it versus the, sometimes I use resin instead. When I use the triple thick, the only thing about triple thick is that sometimes you will get a more yellowy effect. And if you're looking for a vintage look, that's awesome. So in this case, I'm actually kind of going for a little bit more vintagey look. So I'm okay with that little bit of, it's not bad, it's a little bit of yellowing that happens with triple thick. It didn't used to do that. I don't know why. I mean, everything well, I guess it depends on what you're doing, because if you're doing something that doesn't have any white in it, you're good, and it doesn't create that yellowing. But if it has white, you're going to get a little bit of that vintagey look to it. So just know that when you use triple thick, that could be something that you do or don't want to have on your pieces. Where did I just see that? Oh. I just saw a spot that I wanted to poke through a little bit better. But it works really well when you want to apply glass glitter. Triple thick is a nice medium to use because it holds it really well in place once you get it on there. And you can just kind of tap the glass glitter down and you get a really great shine on top of that. So I really like it. I've used triple thick for years. I learned that on Happy Bird's Glitter Nest. Glitter Nest? And if you're interested in seeing her videos, just go to, on YouTube, go to Happy Bird's Glitter Nest and watch her videos, because she teaches a lot of techniques and things that are simple and easy to follow, and she's got the most calming voice. Lori is just an angel. I consider her to be a friend, and I really enjoy her videos a lot. She's amazing. And once you get to watching her videos, it can be quite addictive. She's just that great. She's just a wonderful, wonderful human being. I kind of refer to her as one of God's angels here on earth. That's just what she makes me feel like. So kind and so generous when it comes to asking her questions about how to do something. She'll always answer them. She's just an amazing, amazing woman. And she's also got a Facebook page called Happy Bird's Glitter Nest. And I would encourage you to go there, because that's a huge group of crafters. Gotta be at least, I always say this, I know it's over 10,000 members, but I know it's way higher than that by now. I would guess possibly even 20,000, but everybody is so kind and so helpful with each other with, you know, questions and things like that. If you ask a question in the group, you'll get a whole bunch of answers. And that's just the way they roll in there. And just kind people that love working with other crafters. And you know, we're a unique crowd of people. So it takes a certain kind of person that enjoys crafting like we do. And they're just a unique group of kind people who enjoy sharing their ideas and helping each other out. So I have been a member of that group for a very long time, and I'm so glad I found it. I actually stumbled upon one of Lori's Happy Birds Glitter Nest videos on YouTube, and that was how I got started with it, and I've just been hooked ever since. Okay, so I'm going to take my glass glitter here, and this is the Floracraft brand, I think, is what I'm using in here. I don't have the jar right here, but I think it's Floracraft. I get this on Amazon. And so you can go to Amazon and find this. And I'm just going to sprinkle it generously over the top of this because I really want this to sparkle a lot. Hopefully I have enough left in my jar to cover this whole thing. I've been using it a lot on a lot of projects. I used it on my fans that I've been making. I did one of my fans. My son's mother-in-law lives in, mother-in-law and father-in-law, they live in Japan. And my daughter-in-law is Japanese and just an angel. And so they are taking a trip to Japan in August. And so I made one of my fans for her mom. I hope she likes it. It's kind of that thing you feel like, okay, it just happened that that was what I was wanting to make her. And I know it's kind of, the fans and stuff are kind of big over there. And they've always used them forever. And while my fans are not usable, I thought, you know, is this something she's already going to have? And is this going to be kind of old hat to her? To me, they were cool and fresh and new and exciting. But after I thought about it, I thought, gosh, I hope she really likes it. So now I'm feeling a little bit insecure about it, but I'm not going to do that. I think she's going to really like it. So I made one for her, and I'm sending it with them to Japan to take to her. And I have not even met her yet. She wasn't able to be here when the kids got married, and she came down for a little while to see the baby when the baby got born. But I didn't get to go out and see her then because of the whole COVID thing and all of that. Everybody was still kind of afraid to get together, and I think her mom was really, you know, concerned about that. And so, out of respect, I kept my distance during that time, and the baby was newborn and all of that stuff. So, I didn't get to meet her when she was here, and I was really very bummed out about that. I really was hoping that I would get the chance to meet the new in-laws. But it's okay. We'll meet next time they're here. And her mom comes every year, so I'll get another chance next year. Sorry about that, you guys. Oh, goodness. I hope that doesn't keep happening. Sometimes I get people that go in my Etsy store and they favorite and favorite and favorite and favorite, and they might favorite 20 things at one time. And here we go. And I keep getting that. And that's exactly what's happening. Sorry, you guys. And I'm just taking my finger and I'm tapping down this glass glitter because I want to tap it into that triple thick and make sure it sticks really well and I get as much of it stuck to it as I can. And then I take and go around the edges and just kind of wipe my finger along all of the edges so there's none of those little shards of glass that are sticking out anywhere. Because you don't want to have those popping out all over the place because they're glass. So I try to go along the entire thing, all the edges, and make sure that I have cleared off any bits of glass glitter that might be hanging over the edge. So that's what I'm doing now. Okay, I've got that. Okay, so that's the sign with the glass glitter on it. Hopefully you guys can see the pretty glitter on there. See how shiny it is? I always get so confused as to which way I'm supposed to go with this thing. There we go. You can kind of see it better there. I'm having to move it the opposite way of which I think I should be moving it, so this is weird. So there, you can see all that pretty glitter all over it. It looks super sparkly, super pretty. And then I'm going to take and I'm going to, these are the butterflies that I got at my little store, and I put them together. They're 3D. They're just little, I guess they're made out of, I don't know what they're made out of, to be honest, but they're real opally. See how pretty they are? And then you just kind of, I already put them together. They had the little, they have the thicker double-sided tape, and you put that between each butterfly, and it goes from little to medium to big, and then you make it kind of 3D. And then I have these pretty flowers that I got from Kiki's sale, and I put a couple of these on there right here in the center, like that. So I'm going to go ahead and put these on there with some hot glue. Just like that, and I'm going to try and not let these stick down so that they don't lift. Whoopsies. And at the same time, I'm lifting the flowers. Let me get those flowers to dry and stick on there. And then what I do is I take, because I want the wings to stay looking 3D, is I've learned that if I take some of these little pearls here, not those, I can get these wings to lift up. Let me move that out of the way a little bit. With a couple of pearls in between each, one pearl in between each thing. So I'm just going to put a dot of glue here and one of my little pearls. And I'm going to do the same on this side. A dot of glue and a pearl. And that way I've lifted up those two small wings. And then at the next layer down, I'm going to lift up that wing, and I'm going to do it more towards the bottom section. I'm going to put a pearl there. And lift up this one and put a pearl there. And that way you can kind of see the pearls. And you know what? I'm actually going to do one step further. I think I'm going to try and add one more pearl to the bottom section here. Because it's bigger, it's harder to get kind of both sides to lift up. With the little one, just the one pearl is enough. But with the bigger wing, I think it needs an extra pearl on there. I didn't do that on my family one, but I think I might add one in there on that one too. There we go. Get all my little strings out of there. And there we've got a really pretty 3D butterfly. And you can see there's where the pearls are, and they look cute. They actually look cute in there. Get my extra glue off of there. Have a couple of strings. that got left behind. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is oh, I wanted to put one of these leaves on here too. I'm gonna just pop that under that rose there. There we go. That looks really pretty. All right, and then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put it on this one. I don't know if I want to cover the heart because then it won't look like a heart anymore. So I think I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to kind of go over to the H in home, and I'm just going to put it right across this little section here. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop some hot glue down there, right on top of that glass glitter. Normally I would kind of wait for things to dry in between, but I'm trying to do this a little quicker today. So that's the way it's going to get done. And there we have our little home sign. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that butterfly. Oh my goodness. OMG. And you've got all that sparkle in there, and it's just super duper pretty. And there we have it. We have our pretty home sign, and it was quick and easy, and the Mod Podge technique that I taught you today, I find it to be really cool and fun and easy. And if you're not comfortable with fire, don't do this one. But if you are, if you're confident you've got a safe place to do it in, give this a try. I thought it was really fun, and I think you will too. I want to wish everybody a great day, and God bless you all. If you aren't subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you'll get notified when I put out new videos. And make a comment below if there's something else you'd like to see me do. I'll be happy to give it a shot. And I love getting new ideas and fresh ideas from people that have been out there doing other things, or maybe you've watched other videos where they've done some cool stuff that you think I might be able to put out a video on. I greatly appreciate your support, and for those who have been subscribed since day one, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for your loyalties and your support. It means a lot to me. Make sure if you're interested in getting this home sign or the family sign, I will have them both in my Etsy shop. So you're welcome to go on over to my Etsy store. I'll put a link down below as well for that. And you can check that out. If you're interested, if you like these flowers and things that I've used on here, those come from Kiki's sale. And I would encourage you to join that group, because Debbie, who administers that Facebook page, gets in a lot of bling and really cool things that you can use in your projects. And she does a sale every couple of weeks on a usually Saturday night around 8 p.m. Central Time. She's in a different time zone than I'm in. That's 6 o'clock my time because I'm Pacific time zone. But she gets a lot of really cool stuff: laces, bling, flowers, a ton of flowers, trims. There's a lot of the stuff that I got from Kiki's sale that are on this pretty little applique that I just did today. It came out really, really nice. I did another fan. I guess I'll show you guys real quick. Sorry about that. I did this fan. I have a minute. I did this fan this morning. This is another of the blue ones. I sold my first blue one that I did. And so this morning I found some time and I went ahead and did this one. And again, it's got glass glitter all over it, and it just turned out spectacular. I also made the applique at the bottom of this one using a lot of stuff from Kiki's sale. The lace applique was from Kiki's sale. A lot of the flowers and things were from there. And then I got I used that pretty fabric that I got from my other friend that sent me Happy Mail, and I'm enjoying that so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you again. I'm using it in a lot of places. I'm going to show you real quick here another item that I did using this fabric that turned out really, really spectacular. But I just love this fan. It came out really, really nicely. So this will be in my Etsy store, and I made this beautiful tin also using that fabric. Look how gorgeous that is. And this is a bigger size tin, you guys. This is like 6 by 4 or 3.5, something like that. I don't have my ruler here to measure it real quick, but anyways, this is a big one, and it opens. It's got a slide opening, so you can see with my business card in there, it floats around. So this you can put a lot of different things into. You know, you could even use it as like a prayer box or business card holder or photos. It would fit photos in it really nicely. But look at how gorgeous that turned out. I just love this tin, and I think I'm going to be making one of these for myself too. I've got a couple more of this size tin in my arsenal. So I think I have 3 more. So I'm going to be making one of these for myself too. I have to have something for myself with all of this pretty fabric in it because, man, I'm telling you, this stuff is just gorgeous. So anyway, those are some new things that are in my Etsy shop, along with a couple of other things. I'm working on trying to get some more supplies in there and things like that. But anyway, you guys, thanks for watching today. God bless you all. Have a wonderful day, and I'll be back real soon with another video. Bye-bye.